Email marketing is a very effective and efficient way to generate more revenue for your Shopify brand. However, we too often see e-commerce businesses that don't use email marketing the right way or the most efficient way. And the most efficient way to get started with email, or at least leverage it, is to set up automations or flows. They're typically used interchangeably, automations and flows. But basically, these flows are sets of campaigns that are delivered automatically to subscribers when they take certain actions on your website. So we often talk about email campaigns and email marketing automations as different. Email campaigns are delivered when a brand owner sets that schedule. So maybe there's a promotion for Christmas or for New Year's or for Thanksgiving, and you can set a specific time and day for those campaigns to go out. Automations are triggered when users take certain actions on your site. So we're going to go through the 3 highest value automations that nearly every Shopify brand should have live on their store that will, over time, deliver lots of value, lots of revenue, and profitable growth for your brand. So here we go. Let's get started. Top 3 high value email automations to get set up. Number 1, abandoned cart flow. Over 70% of carts get abandoned. That's just the reality we live in with e-commerce. You can look at these stats for your Shopify store. Just go to the analytics dashboard and you'll be able to see how many people added to cart versus how many people purchased. And I bet you'll be around that 70% threshold. That's industry standard right now for most e-commerce brands. Lots of brands, even successful brands, are a little bit more than that. So it's even more important to have abandoned cart flows set up. So what are abandoned cart flows? Basically, they will trigger when somebody adds to cart, but they don't check out. So you can then send a series of reminders, maybe a couple hours after they abandon their cart, maybe a day later, and maybe a few days later. You can add incentives if you want, but really you just want to stay top of mind and remind people that the product that was in their cart is still there and they have not purchased yet. Now, why is that important? Well, we have so many distractions now online. The purchase pathway for consumers is pretty complicated at this point, between organic social media, paid search, organic search, going directly to visit a website. There's lots of ways that consumers interact with a brand. By the time they add to cart, if they're looking to check out, it can very easily happen that they become distracted, or they focus on something else, or maybe they just wanted to add to cart as a placeholder, and when they have time later on, when they get home from the office after dinner and put the kids to bed, they'll go back and add it, but perhaps their computer shuts down or a browser shuts down or whatever. Lots of things can happen. There are lots of reasons why people can abandon cart. So having that flow set up will be a really good reminder to get them to purchase. So that's one of the top 3, might be the most important, highest value one, just because it's very low hanging fruit. You're going to capture sales if you set that up the right way. Second most important automation to have set up is a welcome flow. A welcome flow is a great way to introduce people to your brand. So you want to do some brand storytelling. You want to reference some of your best-selling products. Maybe you want to reference some different offers that you have, and you want to talk about benefits of the products, maybe some features, but you really want to welcome people into your environment, into your world, and add some personality and motivate people to purchase. Because depending on the product you're selling, if you're selling a $20 t-shirt, it might not take a lot of touch points to get that person over the hump to get them to purchase. But if you're selling a $1,000 camera, people typically aren't going to purchase right away after being exposed to one ad. So if you can get them to sign up for your email or SMS list, and then send them a series of emails, every touch point you sent to them is going to be a reminder, consciously and subconsciously, that they were interested in your brand. And if you can be in front of them at the right place at the right time with the right message, possibly the right offer, you're going to be much more likely to convert that visitor. And what's great is, by having these flows set up, you don't have to pay time and time again every time you're sending an email to that customer you've already paid to get them on your list through paid advertising, if that's how you're generating traffic. And once they're on your list, it is a nominal fee to send them an email to get them on your list or to get them to purchase. So make sure you're setting that up. So welcome flow is the second one. Third most important flow is a post-purchase flow. Post-purchase flow is really cool. You can do lots of creative things with it. Number one, you should be thanking people for their purchase. You can also include things like tracking info, but really you also want to do things like introduce people and get them indoctrinated into your brand, really make them feel welcome and appreciated, and confirm that the product that they purchase is the one that they're going to get. You can also do cool stuff like offer member VIP program memberships where you can get people to sign up for that. You can motivate people to refer products to their friends. You can motivate people to send in content with them using the product. That's a really cool one. You can motivate them to follow you on your social media profiles, maybe Instagram, perhaps TikTok, whatever, wherever you're investing in. You can get your email subscribers and your purchasers to follow you there. So lots of really cool stuff you can do in a post-purchase flow. So make sure you have that set up. So those are the three most important flows that we see for nearly every Shopify brand. Unfortunately, so we look at tons of different Shopify businesses. Unfortunately, lots of e-commerce brands and Shopify brands out there don't have all three of these set up. So they're definitely worth the investment. Typically, it takes a fair amount of effort to get these live if you're doing them the right way, where you're doing lots of strategic thinking about how you want to send these and the messaging you want to have in there, the offers you want to have in there. Then you have to do the copywriting, you have to build out the design, you have to do the implementation with, typically we recommend a third-party provider, Klaviyo, they're best of breed working with Shopify. So there is some work and effort to get these flows uploaded for your store, but once they're there, they're set it and forget it. You've got digital 24/7 salespeople that are just converting visitors to subscribers, subscribers to buyers, and buyers into ideally lifelong customers with these flows. So get them set up for your business and then look back a month later, 3 months later, 6 months later, a year later, and as long as you're driving traffic to your store, you're going to get people converting through those flows as long as they're set up the right way, and then you should receive tons of value from these flows. So a little bit of an investment to get them set up, but over time, you, if done correctly, should recoup your investment and then a lot more on top of that. So get these uploaded, try not to delay because you will get lots of value out of it, and hit us up if you have questions or need help with it. So go get them. Top 3 flows for Shopify brands. Go get them uploaded for your store today.